Hi, I'm Jeff Rodgers with Innovative IDM. You know, a true dichotomy really does exist between the age-old question of should I repair my electronic component or just throw it out and replace it for a new one? Well, first thing is if you have an electronic component go down, we all know that downtime costs money. So priority number one is get back up and running. If it's that critical of a component, hopefully you got a spare on the shelf to replace it with. If not, you probably have bigger problems than just that question. So let's say that you replace the component with your spare that's on the shelf and now you've got a bad component. Well, should you just toss it or should you have it evaluated for repair? Well, the one thing that you might want to consider is if you are going to have it evaluated for repair, you want to make sure that that piece of equipment goes to a reputable firm that's done it for a long time, offers you a warranty on that product, and is not going to just repair it, but really refurbish the piece of equipment. You want to make sure that when it comes back, one piece of component that was fixed can't allow another component to fail right afterwards. So all the wear components really need to have been replaced. Now, a good rule of thumb is you probably want to make sure that it's not going to cost you over half the price of a new piece of equipment, or it may not really be worth it. So just kind of keep that in mind. Some real common components that you could have evaluated for repair are going to be variable frequency drives. Touchscreen HMIs are another big one that can be a failure point and can be proved to be pretty expensive to buy new. I/O cards, processors, temperature controllers, any kind of controllers in general, motion controllers, process controllers, all of the above. So another thing that you really ought to think about is, when it comes to cost, is not just what is it going to cost to repair the component, but if you did need to replace the component, is that component obsolete? Is it even made anymore? So if it's not made anymore, then if you need to replace that piece of equipment and you have to go to something new, now you got to think about cost in terms of time and resources needed to make that work with all the equipment. Is there going to be any new programming that's involved, and do you have the time to do that while your line's down? All your upstream and downstream equipment, is it going to work properly with that new piece of equipment? A lot of times that's not the case. It may be a veritable act of Congress to get that new piece of equipment to work with that old piece of machinery. So if it is obsolete, you may really want to think about getting that component repaired, because a lot of times you can get a piece of equipment repaired. It more than likely is going to, if it's repaired by a reputable firm, is going to have the same amount of warranty on it as a brand new product would, and it's probably going to be a fraction of the cost of a new component. So again, repairs can be a great way to reduce maintenance budgets. The costs associated with replacing electronic components, especially if you have an event such as a lightning strike that can take out a slew of different components on a single drop, can prove to be extremely costly. So just remember that way, if you do have a piece of component that goes bad, you can replace it with what's on the shelf as a spare, and then have your bad unit repaired, and now that goes back onto the shelf as your spare. So now your spare just costs you a fraction of what a new piece of equipment would have cost brand new off the shelf in the first place. So Innovative IDM is one of the premier service organizations out there for repairing industrial electronics. One thing that you can do is actually visit our website, which is innovativeidm.com/repairs, which will get you into our repair center. Once you're there, you can actually look up certain components that we've repaired in the past and actually see what it's going to cost to replace that component without even having to send it to us. If you do send it to us, regardless, it's going to be a free evaluation. Typically, it takes us 24 to 48 hours to evaluate something for repair, and then we're going to send you a quote on that, and you can elect to have it repaired, returned, or scrapped. It's your choice. If we do repair something for you, that's going to give you a new 1-year warranty on any component from the date of repair. And another thing is there's an easy online tool that you can use to actually log in, enter in your email address, and it'll locate all your information, and then you just basically enter in the information about the components that you're going to send in, hit submit, and then it will basically print out a service ticket that you put in the box with the component that you're going to send to our repairs depot in our Houston facility, and the shipping address is right on it. So you don't even have to wait for a representative from our company to come out and pick that piece of equipment up. Of course, if you are working with one of our field representatives, they would be happy to come by and pick the component up and bring it in for repair if they can fit it in their vehicle. So anyway, any questions that you have on that, again, you can visit our website or contact one of our representatives, and we'd be happy to assist you. After all, we are the home of the legendary customer experience.